Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Roosevelt dimes. We'll uncover the top 4 most valuable Roosevelt dimes, their history, and why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for them. Let's get started. First up, the Roosevelt dime holds a special place in American coinage, both for its design and historical significance. Introduced in 1946, this coin was created to honor Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's legacy, particularly his efforts in founding the March of Dimes, made the dime a fitting tribute to his memory. Over the years, the Roosevelt dime has been a mainstay in pocket change, but collectors often look for coins in excellent condition, such as the 2010 P example we'll explore in this article. The 2010 P Roosevelt dime was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The P mint mark located just to the right of Roosevelt's neck identifies this mint. With over 200 million dimes minted that year in Philadelphia, it was produced in large numbers. However, finding a specimen in excellent condition, free from wear, scratches, or other blemishes can be a challenge, especially as these coins circulate widely in everyday transactions. The 2010 P Roosevelt dime adheres to the standard specifications established for the coin in 1965, when the mint transitioned from silver to a clad composition. Here are the key details. Composition: outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. Weight: 2.27 grams. Diameter: 17.91 millimeters. Thickness: 1.35 millimeters. The obverse of the dime features the profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinnock. The inscription Liberty is prominently displayed to the left, along with the phrase "In God We Trust" and the date 2010. The reverse, also designed by Sinnock, displays a torch flanked by an olive branch on the left and an oak branch on the right, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, respectively. Surrounding the design are the inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and the coin's denomination, 1 dime. Next up, the 1999 P Roosevelt dime is a coin that holds a unique position in the history of American numismatics. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this dime is a part of the ongoing series honoring Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Though common in circulation, its value to collectors can vary significantly depending on its condition, unique attributes, and specific errors that may have occurred during its minting process. This dime has a rich history, and understanding its context, design, and the factors affecting its value can greatly enhance a collector's appreciation for this small but significant coin. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. Roosevelt was instrumental in establishing the March of Dimes, an organization dedicated to combating polio, which is why the dime is a fitting tribute. Designed by John R. Sinnock, the dime has remained largely unchanged in its design over the years. However, with every New Year's minting, certain characteristics such as the mint mark, date, and small variations in the strike give each coin a unique value. The 1999 P Roosevelt dime, minted in Philadelphia, carries the P mint mark on the obverse, which distinguishes it from coins minted in other locations, such as Denver or San Francisco. The total mintage of the 1999 P Roosevelt dime is an astounding 2,319,000 coins, making it one of the most common dimes in circulation from that year. However, the sheer volume of coins minted doesn't necessarily mean that every example is equal in value or appeal to collectors. In fact, the value of the 1999 P Roosevelt dime can vary widely depending on its condition and any special features or errors that may be present. To fully understand the value of a 1999 P Roosevelt dime, it's essential to first examine its specifications. The coin has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters and weighs 2.27 grams, which is typical for dimes minted after 1965. It has a clad composition, meaning it is made up of an inner core of copper, which is then layered with a nickel-copper alloy. The coin's edge is reeded, featuring 118 individual reeds around the circumference. These specifications have remained consistent since the transition from silver to a clad composition in 1965. Next up, the 2005 P Roosevelt dime is a noteworthy coin that holds a special place in the ongoing legacy of the Roosevelt dime series. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, this dime was a part of the regular annual coinage, but its historical context, design features, mintage, errors, and potential collector interest set it apart. This detailed description will explore all aspects of the 2005 Roosevelt dime, from its history and design to its market value, errors, and appeal among collectors. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946, a year after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt is widely remembered for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, as well as for his role in founding the March of Dimes, an organization dedicated to fighting polio. The coin was chosen as a tribute to Roosevelt, and its design, created by John R. Sinnock, has remained relatively unchanged since its debut. By the time the 2005 Roosevelt dime was minted, the coin had become a staple of American currency, and its design was instantly recognizable. The 2005 issue was produced during a period of stability in the U.S. economy, following the 2001 recession and leading up to the housing market collapse of 2007. The 2005 coin, therefore, reflects a time of relative calm before the next significant economic crisis. Though not particularly rare, the 2005 Roosevelt dime holds value for collectors and historians alike due to its place in the broader context of U.S. coinage. The design of the 2005 Roosevelt dime remains faithful to the original concept that has been in circulation since 1946. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, created by John R. Sinnock. To the left of Roosevelt's head is the inscription, Liberty, and to the right, you'll find In God We Trust. The year 2005 is located beneath Roosevelt's profile, with the mint mark P for Philadelphia located just beneath his neck. The coin's overall design is elegant in its simplicity and pays homage to the legacy of Roosevelt. Next up, the 1997 Roosevelt dime, minted at the Denver Mint, is a coin that has become a standard piece of American currency. While not considered rare or especially valuable in most cases, it still holds significance for collectors, especially those interested in completing a set of dimes or acquiring coins from different years. The Roosevelt Dime series, introduced in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, has had relatively few design changes since its inception. This particular 1997 issue is a part of that long-running series, which is known for its simplicity and elegance. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, just a year after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt is remembered for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, as well as his role in founding the March of Dimes, an organization dedicated to fighting polio. The Roosevelt dime, designed by John R. Sinnock, was created as a tribute to the president's legacy. The dime was chosen because of Roosevelt's association with the March of Dimes, which helped to fund the research that eventually led to the vaccine for polio. By the time the 1997 Roosevelt dime was minted, the coin had become a familiar and important part of U.S. currency. The 1997 issue was part of the ongoing series that had been minted with only slight modifications to its design over the decades. The coin reflects the period of relative economic stability in the United States during the late 1990s, a time that saw the country experiencing economic growth as part of the post-Cold War global landscape. The design of the 1997 Roosevelt dime remains largely unchanged from the original 1946 version, which was created by John R. Sinnock. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust appear to the left and right of Roosevelt's profile, with the year 1997 below it. The mint mark D, indicating that the coin was minted in Denver, is located just beneath Roosevelt's neck. The reverse design of the coin, which was also created by Sinnock, features a torch flanked by an olive branch on the left and an oak branch on the right. These elements symbolize liberty, peace, and strength. Surrounding the central torch design are the inscriptions United States of America, e pluribus unum, and one dime. The reverse design has remained largely unchanged throughout the Roosevelt dime's history and is one of the more recognizable symbols of U.S. currency.